Sometimes life feels frustrating, not because you're doing anything wrong, but actually when you're doing things right. And still, you don't see your life leading anywhere. And when I say right, I don't mean in the typical sense. I mean following what feels right to you. You keep listening to that inner voice, you keep following that path, thinking that something will happen, but in reality, nothing changes. And slowly, a frustration starts building within you. Slowly, your mind starts coming up with the question that if I'm doing everything right, if I'm following what feels right to me, what feels true to me, where am I even heading? And where are the results? See, there are two voices inside you. One is very logical, loud, and clear. Second is actually intuitive, it's quiet, it's subtle. The loud one is actually your mind. For the things that you see, for the decisions that you make, it helps you with a clear pros and cons list. These are the pros, these are the cons, this is why this thing is right, this is why this thing is not right for you, and it helps you make decisions very clearly. But when you are following a path which is more driven by the sense that you have an intuitive calling, the voice that comes, which is the intuition voice, it's very subtle, and it doesn't come with a clear list of pros and cons. It doesn't come with an explanation for what it says. It just arrives and leaves with you with a knowing. And sometimes, I would say often, these voices disagree. Mind says, I want to take left. Intuition says, you should head towards right. Mind has all the logical justification, all the clarifications for why you should be taking a left turn. But your intuition, your heart, or whatever you want to call it, it keeps telling you, take a right turn. And you stand in the middle of the road with no logical justification, with no rational, going against the mind towards the right because your intuition or your heart said so. Now, with time, this can actually be frustrating. Not because you followed your intuition, but because something at a subtler level had started happening without you realizing consciously. An expectation. Yes, an expectation from the universe or whatever you may want to call it that I followed the intuitive voice. Where are my results? It's like I listened to my inner voice. I chose it over my logical mind. Where is my reward now? And this is actually a part which nobody talks about. When you are on the path of following your inner voice, your intuition, your heart, your life doesn't change like that. Sometimes results are not even visible in front of you. But the thing is that we come from a logical side, so we start treating this as logical as well. We start thinking that I have taken this decision, there should be some output. I have taken, I've heard this voice, there should be some improvement immediately, which I can see in front of my eyes, which I can feel, which I can sense. And when that doesn't happen, it builds frustration. It's like you're trying to bargain with the universe saying that I did this, where is your part of the story? But this is in a way negotiating with universe. This is not surrendering to it, right? We are negotiating that this is my input, something has to be my output. That is an expectation of something that you have said. But universe in its way might have maybe avoided certain accident that you would have uh, faced in the future when you would have taken a left turn. It might have avoided a future calamity. But the thing is, there is no way to know this. There is no way to calculate this. There is no way to put it in a logical frame and explain that what that intuition got you or took you away from, which might not be the best for you in your path. And this is something that you cannot justify with your mind, and because we are still there thinking, taking a logical lens and trying to understand it, we in a way are not fully surrendering when we are walking on this path, and that leads to development of frustration. And I say this because I have actually lived it. For the past 2.5 years, in with respect to my relationships, I have followed the intuitive path. Things have looked very beautiful, things have looked right on paper, matches have been great, everything has been great, but then there is an inner voice which says that not this, not this, not this. And I just wanted to be true to myself and the inner voice. I followed that path. I kept following that path again and again and again and again. Eventually reaching a point of frustration where I raised an invoice to the universe saying that this is your bill, now give me, pay the price, because I followed every voice that you said. But then this realization dawned on me that maybe those relationships wouldn't have been right for me in the future. Maybe they would have gotten me to a point in life which is not correct for me in future. I don't know. There is no way to justify it. It's just a knowing, right? And that's why there was a certain frustration which was building around this aspect of my life. And when this understanding came, the frustration actually settled. It's like, you know what, if I'm surrendering, why don't I surrender it all, right? I cannot have the cake and keep it too, right? I have to choose one path, and this is the path of total surrendering, where you listen to the inner voice. The frustration may come, may happen, but we just have to know the frustration is not of anything else. It's just because of our internal expectations from even walking on this path, right? So if we just leave it and just keep walking and take action for what it is, like, okay, this calling in, I just did that as a surrender. The frustration, the expectation will not build up, which will lead to frustration not happening in the future. So the real trust is not following the voice and keeping a score. It's just doing what the heart tells you, what the intuition tells you, wherever it may lead. And this is not because the reward is not coming or you cannot see it in reality. It's because following that voice itself is an enough act. It doesn't need anything else for it to be justified. It is enough and complete by itself. And this is what I'll leave you with. What if the blessing is the unseen reward? It is basically the things that are avoided because you followed this voice, and they are unseen. These are unseen blessings which we cannot calculate, which we cannot perceive with our logical mind. What if that is the reward of following on this path? I don't know. It's up to us, up to our perspective. But the point is that frustration comes from expectation, and unknowingly or knowingly, even when we are walking this path of intuition, following the heart, of doing everything right, frustration may lead up, but it's not off the path. It's something that we created within us. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe if you like the content, and comment your thoughts on the topic. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.